One of the great targets are the heart. I'm not talking about the physical heart. I'm talking the heart vertex, the chakra, the wheel of light. We think of love in a certain way, being attracted to somebody or loving your kids. But actually, what I'm talking about is it's very different. It includes that, but it's different. Love in true sense. Just not say, I want the best for my kids. Of course, we do. I want the best for everybody. And when you open this, it's not just love in the sense that people perceive it. It opens you to infinity. It's our connection to all that is and has ever could be. It's through that connection that you have insights. You have knowing. When people have intuitive knowing, where does the hand go? I know. This know. This is connected, which does know. When you open your heart, you're opening your connection to a level of awareness that allows you, first of all, to see the connections because you're coming from that level that everything is one from a reality experience, definitely by experiencing it. But one definition I would give for this kind of love is the absence of fear. I will call evil is the absence of love. You infuse love into evil, it's not evil anymore. And this is what this cult it is, what it does. It's also the absence of fear. Because once you open to this insight of self-identity, you know there's nothing to fear. Because whatever happens and whatever experience we're having in another way, there's always an expression, a point of attention within all that is, has been, and can ever be. And whatever bad experience we're currently having, that is what always are, all that is and has ever could be. And this does not fear. This will always do what it knows to be right. And therefore, doesn't consider consequences for doing what knows to be right. Because it will never consider doing anything but it knows, except of what it knows to be right. Consequences and irrelevant. This says, I'd like to do this, but what's the consequences? And you'll always find a list of consequences that never end. So I don't need to be right because of these consequences. Or because of conversation. One of the great fears that people have is what's the foundation of fear, the foundation of it, which is the unknown, the fear of death. And the manipulation of death is a pandemic. Frozen in fear, they fear death. That's why doctors have so much power. Well, actually, you're all that is and has ever could be in this brief experience. And this without fear, it doesn't consider consequences. What I mean by that is that, if you want to cross a road and you're going to hit by a truck, you're going to get damaged. But what consequences, what people do or say about me, that doesn't even consider these consequences. You know what I mean? You consider the truck, but you don't consider people but people are not, they didn't reach that point of connection and insight. They're about the truck and they're about what other people think. We're being manipulated into unnatural state. They're describing unnatural state. When you open your heart, you will know that death is nothing except a transfer of attention for what it is all. I want a picture in the answer. And it is a bloke with the headset, virtual reality headset, and just taking it off, like the metaverse. Yeah, that's what does it. It's taking the headset off, moving out of this brief experience into the expansive truth itself. When you open this, all this comes to you. You know all this. And therefore, this would never, never be intimidated by authority seeking to impose itself upon you. When you know it's just justified, it's just there to destroy your freedom. And this is freedom. It's the freedom of knowing that the scale of who we really are. It's the freedom of connecting with what all it is. When there is a revolution of this, acquiescence will stop. Never acquiesce. Never acquiesce into impositions of freedom. What does, what not to be right to do, and what to say. Never acquiesce. The heart is the center of everything. And people talk about physical heart. But if you go back, what they really talk, the ancient and the native, the energetic heart, the connection, the outbear. And you look at all things and all this symbolism through the ages till today, relating to this topic. Open heart of stone, broken heart. Or you look at the phrases relating to your heart. And it's because it's the center of everything. The center, that balance. And we've been manipulated. The heart, it balances everything, the big electromagnetic field and portal. And this, when it's open, it dominates the head. What people say all the time. What does your head say? What does your heart say? And they take very two different things, because this is out there and this is down here. And when this opens, everything changes, because you changed. Everything about you changes. That what happened to me changed my life. Literally. And anyone can access this anytime they want. Ditch the bloody labels. Stop identifying with labels. It's not only that race or that culture. Anything can access it. Any brief experience. You are the consciousness having the experience. So when someone says to you, who are you? You're all that is and ever could be, having a brief experience in a human body. If you meet someone and tell you, who are you? They'll give you their name, their job, their family background, the position, the history, where school. That's what they are saying they are. Their name. But that's just what their experience. That's not who they are. I am an experience called Sari. Point of attention. I am an expression of the same consciousness of a point of attention that you are. I'm a different point of attention than you are. So racism and all these isms and all these divisions, not only undesirable, they are confirmation that those that go down that road are utterly clueless about the nature of reality and the nature of who they really are. And I see anti-racists who are utterly, utterly obsessed with race, when it's just a brief experience. That's all it is. You, that you're having the experience, we're not penny drops. And this is as a result, opens game over.